Welcome to Max Manos, where my little fist is on a mission to destroy shapes, make money, and create insane combos, all to get 100%. All I know about this game is that we just need to hover over shapes, destroy them, and collect the little money. But it looks like in the top left we have a little money counter and we have a timer. And our time is up, but we managed to destroy 19 shapes, collect 320 shards. Yeah, that's it. I don't know why I kept speaking like there was more to that. But anyway, let's head to the shop and see what we have. Oh, we have a square upgrade. Adds 1 additional square to the game, shoots 2 projectiles orthogonally upon destruction. Yeah, let's buy that. But with our 220, let's just add another second. We're attacking so fast. Like, I can't imagine how fast we're going to attack once we get upgrades to this guy. Our shards do fly off the screen though, it seems, which is unfortunate. We also have this little bar on the left, and I don't know what that is, but we broke our record for everything. Let's buy triangles because I want to see what it unlocks. Oh, unlocks shape upgrades. Reduce the respawn time of square and triangle by 10%. We'll grab that. This increases the chance for them to shoot projectiles. There are so many good upgrades, it seems. Oh, I would like the attraction just so I can pick up shards easier. But destroyed shapes may shoot projectiles that can hit and destroy other shapes. This can trigger chain reactions. But my goal is to figure out right now what the bar on the left is. I would really like to fill that up. I don't know what the requirements for it are, but I feel like oh my god, we actually got really close that time. We're up to the last part. I think I want to buy a pentagon just to see what it unlocks. Increased damage. Ooh, that's nice. That is very nice. Destroy enough shapes in a single round to fill up the progress bar. Leveling up increases your shard multiplier. Well, the pentagons seem like they will help get some nice chain reactions down the line once we have a little more. Oh, we leveled up. Hell yeah, that's our first level up. We destroyed more shapes, but we didn't get as much money because I didn't collect them all. So I think I'm just going to get 2 more upgrades to our square. So I think it's now going to be harder to hit that progress bar just based on the fact that we didn't really make it to the end again. So every level up is a 0.1 times multiplier. Let's get more damage here. I was going to try and max out the square, but I don't think that's worth. Expand our attack radius as well. Okay, shapes have a slim chance to respawn as shadow shapes. Okay, so shadow shapes have got to give some sort of reward, right? Like, that just sounds sick. Okay, I probably should be destroying stuff that's all in this cluster here. Yeah, so I can get some good chain reactions like that. And we actually did such a good run there. We almost filled up the bar again. So it feels like a lot of this is going to be back and forth, just upgrading stuff. But I feel like it's impossible to pass up damage. And I will also get more time. So I'm just going to do a few runs and see if we can't get our bar up with these upgrades. Oh, okay, yeah, it worked really well. We've already leveled up and we hit 50. That is our first time hitting 50. A big 50 appeared on the screen. So I feel like it's really hard to pass up the fist upgrade. Can we like 2-tap squares now? Okay, we can't. Now the hardest part I think is collecting these shards that get dropped to like actually hover over them. They can't just be in our little area of effect range. I think I'm gonna get 2 levels of the attraction because I feel like we're missing a lot of the shards that we have on the screen. And this attraction level up has already seemed to do quite a lot. But hey, we made it back up to 50. We made 1,000 in one run. So let's increase the fist again and just keep going. We actually hit 61 shapes destroyed. I think I'll quickly max out the square and get a couple levels of the triangle. Maybe I should focus on shape upgrades so there's more on the screen. There we go. That's our 50 already. We still have a couple of seconds left. Definitely not going to be a fill up the bar kind of day. But it is going to be a record on all fronts, so that's nice. Let's try a level of the attack radius. Let's also... Oh, we're 2 shards away from maxing out the triangle. Let's get an extra second as well. So the attack radius doesn't seem noticeably bigger right now, and that could just be me because I wasn't paying too much attention to it. But I'm assuming they're sort of minuscule upgrades to stuff like that, and then we'll notice them down the track. So let's max out the triangles. So maybe it's actually worth doing a lot more upgrades here on like the regen and the burst. Because if we can get the basic shapes spawning in quicker, it'll just mean a whole lot more destruction on the screen. Although our damage seems like it's absolutely carrying us, and that's a level up already. We hit 100 for the first time. And that's our first achievement, Mono Destroyer. Destroy 100 shapes in a single round. What's this? Boost the strength of the projectiles fired. And then let's just get more time for us to play. It does also seem like the projectiles don't have an unlimited lifetime. Like they shoot out, and if they don't make it to a shape. They just die. Yeah, let's get more pentagons spawning in. So we'll have 4 pentagons now. So let's get a level of radius and a level of fist. So hopefully that should help us run through quicker. And it most definitely seems like we are destroying things much quicker. I think we're one-shotting the triangles. I really can't tell, but we're doing lots of damage to lots of things very quick. Maybe that just means we need more shapes. I'm not too sure, but there's our first shadow shape. You can see it slowly flying along the bottom. I'm a bit upset we didn't get that, but that's fine because we made 2,800 shards. Now with that, let's get more chance for burst. Let's also get a level of regen. Okay, but it seems like we're hitting 100 basically all the time now. And we're very, very close to leveling up. So let's get a couple of levels of hexagon. You know what? Let's add a couple of levels of circle in there as well. Just add 2 new shapes in one run. Yeah, why not? So I don't know what those actually do, but that's fine because we have extra shapes. It just means more damage. Okay, the hexagon adds like bouncy arrows. That's actually kind of sick. And again, so close to the XP bar, man. Adds 1 additional shape to the game. This shape does not shoot a projectile, but drops more shards. So I definitely want to get that. And I definitely want to get a level of the star. Now, I don't know how to find which one of these is the sack things. Like, I don't know if it's a different shape. I would assume so. But then again, I also can't tell. Oh my God, the explosion from the circles is crazy, dude. Yeah, that's 100 and we already still have 5 seconds. Okay, so I did just see the sack. It's like a teardrop shape. Yeah, there it is. Let's get another level of star and they're called sparkles. Fair enough. Let's get a level of the regen there. There we go. Record on the shards collected, but we didn't get as many shapes destroyed. The sack is actually doing quite a bit for us. But I said I want to get some regen, so we'll get some regen there. We'll add another second to the game as well. Oh, there we go. That is another achievement. Mono upgrader purchased a total of 50 upgrades. I love getting achievements from doing stuff like upgrades. Okay, so that increase to the spawn rate has not really seemed to do a whole lot, I'm not gonna lie, because that was not any record on that run, even with the extra time. Let's just buy 1 level of the sparkle and we'll get the attraction. We're already at 100, so we're doing good. I have a feeling we might be able to break through on our shape record this run. Yeah, we broke through every record. That's so nice. So I'm gonna get damage, and that's all we can afford, but at least we won't have to buy it for a while. And just based on the sound of things ticking through, I feel like that was a good choice. I feel like we're destroying things very, very quick. And there we go. That's another level up. That is actually huge. It's just more shard multiplier. It's going to go so far. Now on the shapes, let's buy the final burst for the squares. Let's buy the final regen as well. Because I think we do just need more shapes on the screen. Because obviously to level up, we need to destroy a certain amount of shapes in a run. Let's get 1 more damage upgrade. Just because we got the increased level now. So I kind of want to balance it with that so we're not losing out. Because if we get too many level ups, then we're just not going to be able to keep up with the increased HP that the shapes have. Maybe I should just buy a couple of each upgrade to see what it unlocks. So I bought the explosion, so we get an explosion every 7 seconds. So we can increase the frequency with that, which is nice. But that unlocked a lightning. So I think these are going to be very, very useful. There we go, 4,200 shards. So let's go with what is sort of cheaper, and that's the attraction, which unlocked bonus. Increase the chance for shapes to drop extra shards by 2.5%. So 5% chance for extra shards. It might not sound like a lot, but it will add up. So let's buy 1 sack. Let's buy another level of the bonus. And it really just does seem like a couple of upgrades and then back into it. Now let's head over to here. Let's get some impact. Yeah, let's do that. There's also gilding. Increases the value dropped by squares and triangles. Okay. So shape upgrades seem to be what I was missing out on. Because we can destroy enough. Like, we're doing enough damage. It's our money. Let's buy gilding. Raffle. Increase the chance for squares to drop shards of double value by 7. So many good upgrades. But let's buy another level of gilding. So increase the value of shards. The shards aren't little triangles anymore. They're actually like hexagons or pentagons. So we should be making a lot more money this run. Which I'm actually so keen for. So back to shapes. Another level of gilding. And that's all we can afford. So I might just do this until we can max out gilding, honestly. And there we go. 11,700 all into gilding. But let's also just get a level of the raffle, which unlocks rebirth. Reduce the respawn time of them again and enhances the efficiency of all other upgrades. Yeah, so shape upgrades are 100% what I was missing. Oh my god, those things seem so overpowered. It's actually kind of crazy. So I think if I get a good run, I actually could level up here. Oh my god, this actually could be the run. Oh my god, we were so close. 173, new record. So I think what we need now, obviously, is more explosions and more sacks. I probably should have got lightning, actually, now that I think about it, because the explosions probably just drops it down to like 6 seconds instead of 7 seconds. No one comments 6, 7. I think having lightning as a secondary area of effect to start causing some chain reactions would have been better. So you know what, that's what... Oh, wait, what's Omega? Creates an Omega shape that drops a large number of shards when destroyed. Oh my god, I can afford the lightning and I can afford the Omega, which also creates an arrow shape that drops shards as it travels across the screen. Oh my god, the lightning's OP. I am so glad I bought the lightning. It's just like Zeus coming down from the sky, dropping the thunderbolt, and just destroying everything for me. Oh, there's the Omega. Oh, this thing is healthy. And there we go, we destroyed it. That was a lot of shards. Oh my god, that was a lot of shards. So I think what we need to do is just buy like at least one of everything then. Like, look at that. Look at how many shards that arrow just dropped across the screen. Yeah, 8,500. But let's add an extra 2 seconds a few times. So an extra 6 seconds now should actually make quite a bit of a difference. Oh my god, and that's another level up and another achievement. Mono promoter level up 5 times. We made 9,000 that time. Oh my god. So let's buy the snake. I didn't even read what it did, man. I just bought it. Oh my god. The snake, every time we hit it, just drops shards. Yeah, but we made 13,700 shards. So let's just try and get more of these. More of these. And I think I'm just going to keep doing runs until we can max out our hexagon and our pentagon spawn. Okay, well, I was going to keep doing runs, but we leveled up and we broke over 2,000 shapes and over 15,000 shards. So we're doing well. But there we go. We've maxed out the pentagons. So hopefully one more good run. Probably 2. And we can max out the hexagons. 300 shapes. How did we go from 200 last run to 300? We leveled up as well, so that's awesome. So let's max out the hexagon and head over to shapes. We'll buy a few levels of burst for that. But I do feel like our damage is kind of falling behind. I'm not going to lie. Like, we had a crazy run where we got 300 and somehow this one we didn't even break 200. 2 levels of damage. Okay. Let's buy an impact. Let's buy a silver point and we've unlocked gilding. Yeah, the extra damage definitely has helped as well because we barely broke 200 last time and this time we're probably going to be in the realm of 300 again. I think it was also the shadow shapes. Like, I didn't get any shadow shapes last run, but we got quite a few the run we got 300. So let's buy a bloom. Let's buy another one so we can get the girder. Let's buy one of those. And I really like the lightning, so let's get another level of that. Oh, there's a bloom, but like the shadow shape. Oh my god, that is overpowered. But let's buy another one of that, which unlocks the cross. I don't really want to buy that yet. I think I really want to buy the snake level up. Increase the number of shards dropped. The snake's just always been so good to us. And now it's just going to drop even more. So let's buy another cross and this unlocks shape splicing for 40,000. Don't know what that is, but it could be good. Let's buy a level of rebirth. Let's buy a raffle. Just things that are going to get us even more money. But I might actually save up that 40,000 now so we can get the shape splicing. And there we go, 56,000 by the end of it. Unlock shape splicing. And what do we do? Splice. Oh my god, we make new shapes. 42,000? That's so expensive. Okay, but there is a massive collection. Oh, there's our first splice shape. Didn't really seem to do anything. I guess they have special effects every splice shape, but it's just a matter of getting lucky for them to like show up. But 30,000 per run. Let's max out the hourglass. I really want to see what unlocks after this, so I'm going to sort of hang around on that. Let's get more attack radius. Let's get another circle. So yeah, I might just do like 5 runs and just like try and get to like $100,000 or something. There we go. It's another achievement though. Die Destroyer. Destroy 400 shapes in a single round. And we're up to 110,000. It only took 3 runs. We're actually doing pretty well. Do I just focus on getting some cheap upgrades? You know what? Let's head to the shapes. We've maxed out these. Let's max out. Oh my god, there's another achievement. Die Upgrader. Purchase a total of 150 upgrades. Let's see if we can max out the rebirth. Let's get another level of the raffle. Let's get some silver point. I think we should try and just max out the top level and get our squares and triangles just fully completed. There we go, 40,000 from a single run. I think this should be enough. Yep, that we can max out our shape upgrades for the squares and the triangles, which seems crazy. I think I want to max out like the bonus, like things that will get me extra shards. So I might do 2 runs because I think that'll perfectly give us enough so that we can afford that. And there we go, another achievement, of course, Mono Annihilator. Destroy a total of 10,000 shapes. And there we go, we're up to about 90,000 now. So hopefully it's enough to max out the bonus. Yes, it is, which gives gem. Grants a chance for shapes to drop valuable diamonds. Let's also max out our attraction while we're there. You know what? Let's just do one more splice and let's see what we get. We got a new shape, a H. But surely it should be good. I think every time we get a new shape, it just means another shape on the screen for us, which should surely just mean more combos. And I think I'm going to put some into my lightning and some into my explosion. Let's also just do arrow, man. Just help me get some things that's going to cause some damage. Let's see how much we made. 56,000. That's like an extra 5,000 every time it runs across the screen. So another 2 levels of the arrow, maybe another level of the snake as well. And you know what, screw it, another level of the Omega. All big money makers, I think, those upgrades. Oh my god, the arrow literally runs across 4 times now. 70. Oh, this just has to be max upgraded. Oh, but the snake, dude, you can just visually see there's so many more drops from it than there was last time. Yeah, 80,000. Let's just max out the Omega. Let's get another level of damage. I'm sort of just buying whatever appeals to me at the moment. Oh, there we go, 500, and that's going to be another level up. Oh my god, 110,000 in a single run. So the damage really did do a lot, which kind of makes me want to get another 3 levels of damage. I don't know if that's worth it, but surely it can't be like bad. Yeah, based on this run, I think we are very consistently going to hit over 100,000. Let's max out the circles, because I think that... Oh no, we should just max this out. Okay, we don't have enough, but the pentagons and the hexagons will definitely be getting maxed out next run. 134,000 shards earned that run, so head to the shapes. Oh, we're 30k away. All right, another 133,000 later. No, we want to increase that. Can I max this out? I can. Okay, I think we're just going to focus on getting more shapes. All right, back to shapes. Let's just max out as we go. I don't think we're going to, yeah, probably take 2 more runs, so I might just do 2 runs back to back and see if we can't get there. So much for 2 more runs. We got another level up. So we're now at a 2 times multiplier for our shards. Let's expand our attack radius. Let's get that up a whole bunch of levels. Oh my god, our attack radius is actually massive. Oh, I think I've been neglecting this upgrade just a little bit. We got to 990 shapes destroy, 200,000 shards. Let's buy some more time. We're pretty close to maxing this out, so I'm gonna get that and we'll max it out next run. We will also get a couple of levels of regen for those other random crossy shapes. I just can't keep track with how quickly we're getting through everything here. But there's our 1,000. And there's our level up. I don't even remember what I upgraded last time, but that's so many records broken. I think that's every possible record broken. Let's max out the explosion. Let's max out the lightning. Maybe I should focus on unlocking all the shapes and maxing... Oh, I never maxed out the shape upgrades for the value, did I? Yeah, well, I don't think that's going to take long anymore. We've leveled up again. We've got another achievement. Destroy 1,500 shapes in a single round. We're moving quick. Oh, Penta. If you meet all 3 criteria, you will unlock the option to fix a Penta piece. Doing so will reset your progress. But your shard multiplier will increase by 20%, and you start the game with a new modifier. So I think with all this money, we've got to max all this out. We maxed out the money side of things. Let's get a few levels there. 381,000 shards we're at right now. Surely that's enough to max upgrade this. It is. Okay, so everything except these sort of cross-looking shapes are maxed out. All I know is that we are excessively strong, and it sort of just happened out of nowhere. Like the combos that we have going, like I can't even tell what's going on. Things are hitting things, and I don't know what things are hitting what things. But let's max out the sack, just get that upgrade done. I want to spend some more on the gems. I'd love to max that out just to figure out what's in this area. And that's another achievement, Die Annihilator, destroy a total of 25,000 shapes. Battery automatically generates shards every second during active gameplay. But we can also do another splice with how much we have left. And that's a new shape. Mono Splicer. Achievement done. Splice a total of 3 shapes. Oh my god, 1,800 shapes. We were so close, but we made 500,000 shards in a single run. Few more upgrades and just a slightly higher level. I think that's how I'm going to finish off tonight. I will get my first penta piece. I think it's just shapes, so I'm just going to buy more shapes. I can't think of anything else that's going to help me break more blocks than just more blocks existing. Sorry, I played too much Minecraft. The term block was just like my default response there. There we go, that's another level up. That is big, we needed that. But yeah, there's another 500,000. Now, I will put a bit more into my radius, a bit more into my damage, a bit more into the shapes. Like, I can almost cover half of the screen. I can fully just go in a circle and collect everything. Okay, well that was 2,100 shapes and 600,000. Insane. So let's get 3 more levels, I guess. Let's also splice another couple of shapes. New shape, there we go. And another achievement, Die Splicer. Splice a total of 5 shapes. Okay, well we keep breaking records, but we're still not close enough to leveling up. So something's gotta give, and I don't know what that is. But let's max out our damage. Oh my god, I didn't realize we could do that. Let's also just put a bunch of our money into the shape upgrades, I guess. We should probably max those out. We just need level 15 so we can get the penta. And that could just come down to us getting a very, very good run where we get lots of good shadow shapes. So let's buy the girder. Let's do our best. Oh, we're 1 away from maxing out the cross. Let's buy the stacking. Extra time could just be what we need to tick ourselves over to the level up. It does seem like this run's going to be pretty good. We're getting a lot more shadow shapes than we have previously. Oh, just not enough. We were so close. Let's max out the cross, and I think now we just need to put all of our money maxing out our shapes. Maybe we need more splicing. Maybe I'm not seeing the importance of splicing as much. It's rough, man. I don't know what I'm missing out on here. There we go. We did it. 2,500 and the level up for 700,000 shards in a single run. Is that enough? No, we need 1 more level up. We can't even max out the rebirth. Let's get stacking so we have a little more time. Let's just splice a couple more shapes. Nothing is on the screen for very long at all. It gets destroyed very, very quickly. But I have a bad feeling that this will not be the run. It's good, but I don't think it's as good as what we need. I was right. It wasn't as good as what we needed. I think we need 3,000 shapes in 1 run. We'll max out the rebirth. We will reduce that chance, increase... Honestly, I think we just need a bit of stacking. A little bit more time, and that could just be what we need. And now with the extra splice shapes that we've got, that might just be the difference maker. But this could genuinely be the run where we destroy the 3,000 shapes that we need to level up. There we go. And that's another achievement. Die Promoter, level up 15 times. We're going to wait a second on that one. Oh, 2 achievements back to back. Die Promoter, level up 15 times, and Try Annihilator, destroy a total of 50,000 shapes. Let's go to the penta. Let's fix the penta piece. Yes, I'm sure. Repair. There we go. Another achievement. Mono Repairman fixed the first penta piece. I should have kind of assumed that the fact that it was called a penta piece meant there was going to be 5, but oh my god, I did not expect this game to take this long. Every game modifier slightly changes gameplay. With this modifier, his attack style changes to shooting fists. Oh, this is different. This is very different. I kind of like the old style. Like, this can be good. I just don't know if I like it. This video is probably going to come out late because I don't think I can get it done. But let's just get back into it. I'm really not a fan of this new explosion one. But I guess it is interesting. It does mix the game up just a little bit. So I think what I'm going to focus my upgrades on is just getting as many shapes as I can. I really don't know what else I can do. So I'm just going to keep doing that until we like unlock a bunch more stuff. There we go. That's a level up. I've done a couple of runs, a couple of upgrades. But this one seems to be going pretty good. One thing I don't like though is that this hasn't reset. Like, I want to be able to see if I'm getting better runs each time. So we'll max out our triangles. We'll get an upgrade to the regen for those. It might be worth focusing on shape upgrades now that we have like fully gone through the triangles and the squares. Because I did find that last time that helped so much. But I also kind of want to unlock the damage upgrades. I am assuming, actually, now that I like spent a bit of time thinking about it, that instead of getting the radius upgrade, we're going to get attack speed upgrade. That's what makes sense to me. But either way, I think I really want damage, and I think that was here. So let's get a couple of pentagons. Rage increases the damage dealt by projectiles. We're getting about 1,000 every run now, so I think I need more rage. And I think I'm going to do a few upgrades to my shapes. Yeah, that's so much better. Oh my god. We are just like one-tapping everything. You can see so many more shapes getting destroyed. That's all we needed. We just needed something that was going to speed us up a bit because we've been going so slow. And there we go. That's another level up, which just means more money multiplier. And that's our first 50 bomb. And that's a lot of money for a run. Oh my. So let's get another 2 levels of rage. So hopefully we can keep up with that increased level. Yeah, it seems like we are more than capable of doing that. I do think I want some attraction though, because I feel like I'm leaving a lot of shards behind again. All right, so I feel like my rage is fine. Let's get a couple of levels of attraction. Also head over to shapes. We'll buy another level of the regen. So hopefully we just have more shapes on the screen. There we go, 69 shapes destroyed. That's a beautiful number. You know what, fire rate. I've been complaining about how slow it is. We need to sink some levels into that. And I can't visually tell right now how much quicker it is. So that's unfortunate, but I'm sure it is making a difference. I mean, we've hit 50 way earlier than we have before, but we did also get a shadow shape. There we go. It's another level up. That's what I like to see, because every time we get a level up, that multiplier is just going to help us out so much. So let's get some impact. Let's get some silver point, mainly because I want to focus on unlocking gilding. Let's just get another pentagon on the screen. The more shapes, the better. Okay, not a bad run. 2,500. Let's get a level of gilding, which was crazy expensive. Oh my god. Let's get a hexagon spawning in. We got 2 of those so we can unlock circles. I think just getting a couple of every shape will definitely help us. But yeah, we made 3,000 that run, so I'm feeling like it is doing more for us. But we head back to shapes. Let's get another level of gilding. Let's get more attraction too, because I do like that upgrade. I really do need to focus with this weapon on the clusters. Otherwise, I'm not going to do very well. So we'll get a couple of upgrades to our time. We'll max that out actually, which is pretty nice. And let's just get another level of rage. So hopefully we can just kill a lot more shapes. I felt like the damage was starting to die down a bit. I want to make sure every time we fire, we're killing shapes, because otherwise I feel like we're just wasting our time. Let's head to the shapes. Let's get a level of the raffle, and that made us go broke. So let's get a level of the burst as well. But the raffle is now 7% chance for double shard value. There we go, 3,400 for one run. We'll get 2 levels of circles and a level of the rapidness. I want to see the fire rate increase drastically. So I think wallet seems like the best way to increase our shard value. Just adding a 10% chance for shards to drop extra value. And I think we can get that up 10 levels. So that should just like basically double the amount of money we're making, if I'm not mistaken. So let's get a level of 2 levels of the wallet. Now up to 20% and raises the shard value by 1. Because if that's just flat and it gives us an extra shard value, then this could be a very good upgrade that I have not been focusing enough time and attention on. So back in, I guess we'll see how much we make. We made about 3,500, I think, on the last run. There we go, 4,800. That did do quite a bit. It might be just like a 20% increase to how much we made. So I'm going to get a level of the wallet. Ooh, Knuckle adds additional fists to each shot fired. That's kind of nice. Like, it's only been 24 hours and I've pretty much completely forgotten what upgrades were the ones that really sent me ahead last time. The problem is the upgrades are also slightly different, so that definitely does not help on me forgetting. There we go. We're still making a decent amount of money though. I think if anything, we get another level of gilding, and we need to increase the amount of pentagons and hexagons we have, because we have upgraded the respawn rate, so they're a little faster. But just having more on the screen will also help so much. Let's get another level of gilding there. And that actually spent all of our money. So I'm just going to do like 2, maybe 3 runs without buying anything. And just see how much money we can build up. And there we go. Up to almost 16,000 shards. Let's max out the gilding. I think that's awesome. And I might just keep doing that. Doing a few runs so I actually can buy a decent amount of upgrades every time I go back to the shop. There we go. We're back with another 17,000. I do need more money though, so I might just sink it all into my wallet upgrade. That's gotten, I think, another 3 levels. So we're making about 5,000 per run, so I'm interested to see now how much we're going to make from one of these runs. There we go, 7,000. Definitely doesn't seem too worth all the money I put into it. But I think let's get 2 more upgrades to our rage, because hopefully that'll help us just destroy a bunch more shapes. And hopefully that means we can get closer to another level up. So let's max out our pentagons. Let's max out the respawn on the pentagons and hexagons too. And there we go, we're up to 21,000. We're getting about 7,000 per run, so we're still doing pretty good. I think I need to look at what the cheap upgrades are right now. And one of the cheapest, honestly, is this hourglass, so we can add more time. Let's max that out. Let's also spend a bit more on our attraction rating. And there we go. I think this is something I should be focusing on. That is going to be one of the most important upgrades for us. And our attraction will just help us pick up things from further away, because that has been annoying me a bit. So let's head to the shop, just because these are pretty cheap at the start. So we can get 10% extra chance for shards. And there we go. That's another level up. I didn't even have to do multiple runs. I think this is going to be our biggest moneymaker by far. Yeah, we almost hit 11,000 shards. Oh my god. Is there... Yeah, let's just move this along. So we've got like one of each of those. Yeah, I think this should be a big improvement. I don't think we're going to be anywhere near another level up this run. I think that'll take a while, because we did get pretty lucky with the shadow shapes on the last run, but that's fine. Oh my god, we got another level up already. So our multiplier is going to jump to like 1.8. I think we're going to need a couple of levels of rage, so I'm just going to get that up to level 10. Let's also, you know what, let's get 2 sparkles as well. I don't think the addition of the sparkles is really going to do a whole lot for us, but I think it's just the fact that they're now unlocked. So especially for like shadow shapes, I think the sparkle shadow shape was one of the most overpowered ones from memory. So let's also just get the bloom. Let's also get a level of the explosion, because I haven't gotten that in a while. I think we have to get just a few levels of lightning and a few levels of explosion. They were just so fun to use last time when they were like really high levels. And there we go. It made that much of a difference that we already got another level up. So do I put some more into it? Probably not. Let's get some levels of raffle. I think I'm going to get a bunch of time upgrades just so we can survive for an extra 10 seconds. Like, that's going to help us do so much. But I think the extra time that we're going to get on this run is actually going to do so much. It might even allow us to level up. There we go. That is our level just in time, which is so nice, because that'll take us over to a 2 times multiplier, which should be enough that we can get, yeah, a bunch of levels. There we go. 2 runs later, $55,000. I think we need a knuckle, because I thought that was going to get us... Wasn't the... Oh my god, wait, the Omega was here. I don't know if that's actually going to be an upgrade we can get. But let's get a gunpowder. Ooh, for another achievement. Try upgrader, purchase a total of 500 upgrades. I feel like we're doing something wrong. We skipped a few achievements there. But let's just get a few levels of bonus. That gets so expensive. What do I want then? Let's just add another knuckle. And I'm hoping just the few extra shapes and stuff that I've done will be enough. Probably not, but I'm hoping it will be enough to allow me to level up again soon. But let's get another level of cross, and that's shape splicing. I knew that was something I needed. Increase the gilding here. Let's increase the regen there. Need to save up $40,000, so that is going to be important, because shape splicing will not only get us a bunch more achievements, but just really help us have more shapes on the screen. Like, so many things. There we go, up to 70,000. Let's unlock the shape splicing. Let's head to shapes. Let's max out the gilding. And honestly, let's just get another 2 levels of the rapid. Let's get another level of the attraction. And I think I just need to keep doing a few more runs just so we have a bit of a stockpile of shards. There we go. I think that's our best run. 44,000 shards in a single run. So I think I just have to. It's an extra, that's like another extra 10 seconds, which is going to do so much for us. I think let's max out the attraction. We just need to buy upgrades where we can, but I think maxing out the attraction's nice. I don't have to think about that anymore. And the extra 10 seconds of time might just enable us to get another level. Okay, well, the extra time was most definitely not enough for another level, but it did give us some good money. We're making 50,000 per run. Is some fire rate. So let's get 3 levels of that. Let's get some knuckle so we fire more. I think with those changes, we should be looking pretty good now to hopefully hit that level up. Oh my god, the last shape right at the end. We managed to get the level up. Think I might just be able to max out the bonus. Yes, I can. There we go. 82,000 this time from a run. But I think I want to focus on maxing them out. Just getting them first. Because the more shapes we have on the screen, the more we're going to be able to do. There we go. The screen already feels way more populated than it was before. There we go. A couple of runs later, we're up to 164,000. Let's head to shapes. Let's max out the raffle. Let's see if we can just max out everything for the pentagons and the hexagons. I really do love the lightning, so I'm glad that's something that hasn't gone away. But I'm really upset about all the money-making opportunities that have just disappeared. But we should be able to get a level up here. Yes, we did. I think we will try and max out the explosion. We cannot. Let's get another level of lightning then. All right, big run for money there. $130,000 we made. Let's max out the triseconds. I think let's just max out the explosion so we can get another one out the way. Let's increase the wallet. There we go. 2 very good runs later. We're up to 340,000. We almost leveled up. We just missed out on that. I think it's 1,100. All right, let's max out the wallet. Let's max out the knuckle. Let's try and max out the gunpowder. Let's get a few levels of gem. You can see now, it looks like we're basically getting a red gunpowder fist in like every shot we fire off, which is huge. Sometimes we get 3, but I think we might have a chance if we get a few more good shadow shapes here to break our 1,100 that we need. It was close. We were 30 away. So let's max out our lightning. Let's get another 2 levels. No, another level of gem. Let's get more rage. 2 levels of that. Let's just make it 3. Alright, I feel like this has been an absolutely insane run. With the upgrades that we got, I feel like things are not staying on the screen for long at all. We've gotten our level up, which is just going to be nice, so we can make a bunch more money. But let's max out that. Let's see if we can max out the sparkles. We can. And let's just maybe work on trying to max out the shapes now. There we go, 2 runs later, almost 550,000. So I think we're going to start with the rebirth and work our way back. Yeah, that was a good shout. We are essentially broke, but we should only need like another 100,000. So 1 more run and we should very easily be able to make enough money to finish off the circles, the stars, and the sparkles. There we go. $314,000 is most definitely enough. So do we start working on these? I think so. They are very expensive. I have a very good feeling we're going to be able to get that prestige again very, very soon. And oh my god, we're going to get another level up. Okay, so maybe those shapes actually did make a massive difference. Okay, so it is more expensive. We need 1 more level. We need way more money and way more upgrades. So there is a significant difference in every penta piece, but that's fine. That's fine. Like, what's cheap? The ghost? That got expensive quick, but let's get some, let's just focus everything onto how fast we're firing. And yeah, okay, we are firing very, very fast. I do think we need more damage upgrades though. I don't know if that's fallen behind. It's kind of hard to tell with the absolute chaos that we have on the screen. And it might also be worth trying to splice a couple of shapes too. Let's just spend all of that on splicing shapes. Oh my god, try splicer. Splice a total of 15 shapes. But now I think I'm just going to max out the bloom and I'm going to get a level of damage and a level of the girder. Oh, that's a new shadow shape. That is just a constant screen covered in explosion. Okay. And it looks like this is going to be a very easy level up. We're going to have like 5 seconds to spare or something. Reduce the respawn a couple of times. To unlock here, treasure. Increase the value of shards dropped by 2 when destroyed. And wait, there's a slot machine? Oh my god, this game just got good. We still need heaps of levels. The upgrades we're still so far away from. So I kind of want to just quickly speed through this run so we can unlock the slot machine. Call me a compulsive gambler, but that just sounds awesome. Let's unlock the slot machine and let's give it a spin. No win. Let's give it another spin. No win. The slot machine exclusively grants upgrades you've already maxed out. Okay, that's actually insane. I just really need to focus on the level ups. I feel like that's going to be the hardest thing for me to do. But we're pretty close to getting another level up here. I don't think it's going to happen, sadly. But it is a lot of money, man. So that's always nice. I think I'm going to splice a few more shapes. Let's get some levels of the cross as well. Please tell me that this is going to be enough. All that we need so that we can finally get this extra level up. And there we go. We still had like 10 seconds left, but we managed to do it. So let's try and max out that. And somehow I've only just noticed that the background actually changes between every run. I've been playing this game for a while now, and just noticing that now seems kind of embarrassing, I'm not gonna lie. There we go, we got it. And not only did we get the level up, we got another achievement. Try promoter, level up 30 times. But let's max out the cross so that we can start working on maxing out all these upgrades here. I want to max out the shape upgrades just once, man. Okay, we got a lot closer than I thought, to be honest, to filling up that bar, but we did make $800,000. How many upgrades can we get here? I think I want to focus on these ones first. But we have finally hit the first little bit for our penta. The money will be easy, it's just the level up. Alright, sadly, it was still not enough. We were just too close. I think it's 3,500 shapes, I'm guessing, to fill up the bar. So let's get a couple of levels of damage and a level of the gems. And hopefully, I think the damage might be able to just tick us over. I don't think it will. Yeah, and it definitely wasn't enough. It actually was a worse run. We got way worse shapes than last time. But let's max out the rebirth for that. I think I want to spend a couple of levels on how fast I'm firing, because I think that should just give us what we need to hopefully get there, as long as we can get some decent shadow shapes along the way. And again, we came up just short, but we did get another achievement. Tetra Annihilator, destroy a total of 100,000 shapes. Something that's kind of nice. More time. We're just gonna sink 5 levels of more time. And that's taken us to over a minute runtime. So yeah, I think this is definitely going to be the run where we get the level up that we need. Alright, and there's our level up. We still have 5 seconds. It's actually going to be pretty close on whether we get the 4,000 shapes or not. Barely at the last second. For another achievement, Tetra Destroyer, destroy 4,000 shapes. We can go down to 750,000. So I think I'm going to do a few spins. We have 2 more spins to get another win. And we did it. Oh my god. For another achievement, Mono Gambler. Win a total of 3 times in the slots. There we go. Let's fix another penta piece. Combine. And we are 2/5 now of the way. Another achievement. Die Repairman. Fix the second penta piece. So now we have another 20% shard multiplier. So it should be a 40% multiplier. And shape reaction game modifier. Can only attack if there are no projectiles on the screen. That's annoying, especially because our attack speed is super slow. Yeah, this is going to be a rough start, so I'm just going to try and grind to a point where it's just looking better than what we currently have now. There we go, we got a level up. This has been rough though, I'm not going to lie. So let's go to the shop, but the 1.4 times multiplier is actually so huge. We did unlock this, Flare. Increase the chance for square, triangle, circle, star, and sparkle shapes to shoot a projectile, because we need lots of projectiles to be doing lots of damage. There we go, another level up right at the end. Our multiplier is at 1.54, so it goes up 0.14 every time, which is nice. I've already started working on gilding, so we should be making a bit of money because we've maxed out the shapes here. It is hard right now picking up the shards that they drop, I'm not gonna lie, so any extra help I can get with the attraction levels is going to be lovely. So if we get Flare, okay, so that just also increases the chance for the rest of them. Let's just get a couple more shapes. I'm just hoping it means more going on, more money. There we go, 2,600. That was a better run. I think I want a raffle just so that's unlocked. Let's also try and work on maxing out the respawn time. I don't know why I haven't done that yet. Yeah, there we go. We broke 3,000. So that's nice. Let's just max that out. I'm gonna get 2 levels of circle. Oh, we have the sacks. They're back. I think I'm gonna get the explosion just so we have some extra damage going out there. But the explosion is nice. The only issue with the explosion is if it causes a projectile to fly out on the screen, I can't attack. But I think we should be fine. I don't think that's gonna cause us too many issues. Almost up to 4,000 now per run, which is enough that we can get lightning. And you know how much I love my lightning. But there we go. That's another level up and that's gonna be huge. So let's get a couple of levels of bonus and we may as well... Oh wait, that includes Pentagon. Okay, so we may as well get that so the Pentagon can shoot out a few more projectiles. That should just help us a little bit. There we go, we're up to 17,800, which is pretty nice. Gonna get a couple of levels of bonus. Let's max out our gilding. Let's get a level of raffle. And let's just get a little bit more time. There we go, up to 21,500. Let's get some more levels of raffle. I did notice during those runs that the projectiles don't actually always one-shot the other shapes, which causes some issues because they're just wasting time where I can't attack and I'm waiting for them to do something. But I do also think I want some more upgrades for the lightning, so I'm going to get one for there, one for the star, one for the circle, just so we have a few more shapes as well on the screen. So I think I'm going to hit the sack. There we go, so we can get the Omega. That's what I really wanted. Having the Omega is going to be huge. It's a bit hard to choose what I want to upgrade, but I sort of just need a bit of everything right now because everything feels like it's letting me down. Yeah, we made 10,000 in that run just from having the Omega. So let's get another upgrade to that. Definitely want to just get the star so we can unlock the sparkle. But yeah, the Omega breaks very, very quickly, which is awesome to see. We are already going to make a lot of money from this run. There we go. Would you look at that? That is also a level up. Not to mention the $15,000 that we made. So let's get a level of the arrow. Let's get another level of the arrow. And light grants a chance for shapes to respawn as light shapes. There we go. This should easily be another 20,000. And let's max out the pentagon. Let's work on maxing out the hexagon. I am upset though about the fact that the snakes don't exist. Snakes would be awesome. You know, at least we have the Omega and we have the arrow. I think the Omega was actually our biggest money maker last time, so I can't be too upset by the fact that we at least have that. Let's get a couple more levels of our lightning. I was meant to buy the hexagon, but let's max out the respawn for the hexagon and the pentagon. So you know what? I am just going to get a level of light just so we have the shapes unlocked. We got a level up and $26,000, which is kind of nuts. So let's head to the shapes. Let's max out the rebirth for that. Let's max out the hexagons so we can start working on the pentagons and the hexagons in our shape tab. But this time I actually am going to, you know, do a couple of runs and make some money. My god, wait, there's our first light shape though. And destroying that was slightly underwhelming. I think we got one of the worst shapes for the light shape. I absolutely hate that one. Can I destroy the circle? Yeah, the circle just wipes out the entire screen. Okay. Yeah, so stuff like that, they are very, very good. There we go, up to $91,000. I think that is pretty good. We can max out the Omega. Let's buy some gilding. Can we max out the gilding? We can get a few levels of raffles, a few levels of rebirth. Yeah, so some good shape upgrades there for the pentagons and the hexagons. I feel like the combos though already are starting to be a little bit better. I think what we need to do is max out as much as we can here. The shapes just need to be overpowered because we need them to get us some crazy combos. Oh, and there we go with a light shape wiping out the entire map. Yeah, that was overpowered. $50,000 in a single run and a level up. Okay, let's just get more shapes. Let's get some more bonus. Let's get some more time. There we go. 2 runs later, 109,000. Let's just get a level. Let's max out everything for the pentagons and the hexagons. That will be nice. I think we just need a bit more money, so let's get a few levels of the bonus. We're pretty close to maxing that out now. Let's get a couple of levels of the explosion, a level of, or 2 levels of the sack, and I think that should be a decent improvement, especially just based on the fact that we are now getting much better combos than we were before. And there we go, just on the death, we managed to get another level up. So let's max out that. Let's max out that. We will get a couple of levels of each of these to try and just progress them across. There we go, 178,000 shards now that we have. I think I just want to keep progressing this along to unlock shape splicing because we always get our first one for free. Let's spend a bit of money trying to get the stars and the sparkles worked on. Oh no, and don't tell me we're not going to get the Omega this run. That's going to make us lose so much cash. We missed out on the Omega. There we go. We managed to get the Omega and we actually are in with a good chance here of completing another level. Yes, we got it. Oh my god, right at the death again. Sparkle's expensive, so you know what, let's get a few levels of the flare. 20,000 seems, yeah, like a fair price for you to be up to. But let's spend a bit on the arrow. Let's max out the arrow. Let's spend a level on the sack. There you go, you can see there are way more projectiles now happening on the screen. This is so much better. Let's max out our explosions though. Let's get heaps more lightning. Let's get another level of bloom. Oh my god, and we got another level up. I'm at the point where my combos are going so crazy that I press the attack button once at the start, and then after that, I don't attack again. I just collect. let's max out the lightning then. Let's head to the shapes. Let's progress this along. Let's max out the gilding. Let's get a few levels of raffle and rebirth. Okay, another big run, $300,000 later. Let's try and max this out. We're not close. Let's get a few levels of extra time though. I'm just sort of buying upgrades where I see it. And I think I'm actually going to save my attack because we already have so many projectiles going. I'm going to save it for when the Omega spawns in so I can make sure that I get it destroyed every time. There we go. That is an easy level up, which just means way more money is going to be coming our way in the next few rounds. Let's just max out the gem. Let's max out our time. Also head to the splicing and let's just splice another couple shapes. I'm just going to do like 3 more runs, I think, and just save up a whole bunch of money so we can go on an absolute spending spree in a second. There we go. Another level up right at the death. But yeah, this is crazy. I was going to go on a spending spree in a couple of runs, but 500,000 in a single run seems like it's stupid. I'm just going to max out the sack. I'm going to head to the shapes. I'm going to max out the rebirth, max out the regen, and just bridge that along. And we've just got another achievement, Tetra Upgrader. Purchase a total of 1,000 upgrades. Lovely. Let's just buy a whole bunch more shapes. All right, well, I only needed 2 runs. We're up to 1.2 million shards. I'm just gonna buy a few things so we can unlock the slot machine and we can spin a few times. Instant win. Okay, cool. I just really wanted to gamble. I'm not gonna lie. But let's max out the bloom. Let's try and max out the girder. Let's increase the time per shapes and increase the amount of light shapes we have. So yeah, not as much spending as I thought we were gonna get done, to be honest, but I still think it was a very good amount of upgrades. Okay, that was a very easy level up. That didn't take long at all to get, which was kind of shocking. We might even get another level up on the next run, just like without even having to try. But just to make things a little easier for us, I'm gonna just head to the shop with our 750,000. Okay, you know what? This penta doesn't actually seem too bad. Okay, definitely wasn't an easy level up. We scraped through right at the end, but we did get it. Our multiplier is up to 3 times, so we're making almost 1 million shards in a single run. I'm gonna max this out quickly, and we're gonna spend everything else on splicing shapes. Oh, another achievement though. Tetra Splicer. Splice a total of 25 shapes. And I did just notice another achievement to, win 5 times. And there's Die Gambler. Win a total of 5 times in slots. Before I do splicing, I kind of want to max out the cross. I kind of forgot about that. We've maxed out the upgrades for it. I've got to be honest, I think this is my favorite round so far. Just based on the fact that the combos are so insane. There's so much going on the screen. I just absolutely love it. We got really close to another level up, but we did break our record. Over 1 million shards now earned. Insane. Let's spend it all. Max out the cross. These are still very cheap, so I'm just going to alternate between these. Just so our combo now is even crazier than it was before. Yeah, alright, and there's another level up with about 5 seconds to go. Our combos are actually just going insane. I think I have to get more light shapes spawning in. I think I will also get a little bit more time, and let's get some revival and some mallet. Okay, yeah, it's been like 2 seconds, and you can just see the amount of chaos on the screen. We must have so many light shapes because there are just constantly things going off. Like, I don't really see shapes on the screen anymore. Yeah, because there we go, 15 seconds left and another level. I don't think levels are going to be a problem. I think for the first time, upgrades are going to be our issue in trying to get that penta piece. There we go, almost 2 million from a single run, almost 5,000 shapes destroyed. Take us up to 10 shapes. Beautiful. Because that also increases the time we have, so surely this will be another easy level up. Yeah, 12 seconds left and we've already got another level up. This is absolute madness. I guess all the splice shapes really just do make that much of a difference. So I think I just have to get all the upgrades now, because we're so close on the penta, and then just hit a couple of slots. So I'm just going to do a few runs, save up a bunch of money, and then hopefully we'll be able to, get enough upgrades. I don't know though. Alright, and somehow that run we scraped through with another level up. I'm stunned. I'm lost for words. Seems crazy. But let's just try and max these out. Oh, we actually hit the penta. We didn't even need the slots. Let's just do this run and finish it. I want to finish the 3rd penta piece. It's 3 AM and I'm tired, man. Oh my god, though. I'm just gonna do a quick little pause here. We just hit another achievement. I think that was our 50th level up. I don't know where that sits on the achievement list. I will have a look at it in a second. And 5 million shards. Oh my god. Okay, so that's Penta Destroyer. Destroy 10,000 shapes in a single round. That's also Tetra Promoter. Level up 50 times. I will just gamble now because we have so much money spare. Like, what do we need? 1.25. So I'm just gonna gamble a whole bunch until we're like close to 1.25 and we get the achievements. But I am waiting for this achievement. There we go. Try gambler, win a total of 15 times in slots. I don't think we're going to hit what we need to get to 25 unless we get crazy lucky. So we need, I think it's like 2 more wins. Oh my god, no, that was it. Tetra Gambler, win a total of 25 times in slots. I want to splice so we can get some more shapes. And we're actually making pretty good progress. 28 out of the... Oh, there we go. We've done it. Penta Splicer, splice a total of 50 shapes. We just have to fix the 3rd Penta piece for another achievement. So you know what? Why not? Why not just go achievement hunting right now? There we go. Shard multiplier increased by 20%, so 60% multiplier now, and finger gun, which sounds like it's going to be very painful. But another achievement, try repairman, fix the 3rd Penta piece. We are 81% of the way through the game. The other ones were just so much better. This one's just like it does lots of damage, which is nice to these early rounds. But you know what? Another level up. That's nice. So I'm just going to do a few runs until we get a bunch of upgrades because I'm feeling pretty poor right now. There we go. One more run, one more level up. We're almost at a 2 times multiplier already. The attraction sucks because of the way I have to shoot. It's really hard to find that. So that's what we're going to buy. Just a few levels of that should make a significant difference. We definitely need more damage. We're not one-tapping things. But yeah, there you go. 1.92 times multiplier at already. And I think we're only like level 3. I'm going to get... Here we go. Fingernail. Boost the damage of projectiles fired. I'll get a level of that. And I want to work on the triangle, get some extra time. There we go. Decent run. We're up to 3,840. Fingerbone extends the range of projectiles, which doesn't seem that good. I think I'm just going to try and max out the triangle. We'll get a level of like almost everything there. So we've unlocked gilding, and that's going to be huge to help us trying to get some extra money. I think I want another level of gilding because that's just kind of overpowered. Let's get pentagons so we can get some hexagons in there too. I think we just need more shapes. If we can get over a 2 times multiplier already, that's going to be so huge for us. There we go. Over 3,000 now per run. So let's get a couple of circles, a couple of hexagons. We've unlocked pointing, which grants projectiles fired a homing effect. And we get 2 levels of pointing. Okay, it's not massive, but also I did notice the distance that we actually shoot is very small as well. So maybe getting an increase to the distance of projectiles fired will also be good. It's just hard to decide if that's more important right now than getting like gilding or something that's going to give us more cash or getting more shapes. I think I want to get a level. Let's get 2 levels of fingerbone and a level of fingernail. So hopefully that means we shoot further. Yeah, we can definitely say we're shooting further, but we kill things a lot quicker as well, which should just mean more money and potentially a level up. Let's just max out the time. Let's get a few more levels of attraction. But there we go. That's our level up. That was pretty easy, I'm not going to lie, which is enough to buy the Omega. Now I'm hoping I can destroy the Omega pretty easily because that was a relatively rough one on the earlier rounds, but it will just provide us with a whole bunch of money. So I think it's going to be a very worthwhile upgrade to buy. Yeah, we weren't able to break the Omega, so maybe not worth putting money into it for now. We'll put 2 levels into our bonus as well though. And we'll get another level of the Pentagon. There we go. That's another level up. We are still very much struggling with the Omega, but we made 8,000 shards in a single run. We got a few upgrades across the board here. Nothing too crazy. We will just get our last level of gilding though. But I'm hoping that with this run or in an early spawn of the Omega, we can make a decent amount of money, especially with the increase to our multiplier. But I will get the arrow. The arrow is going to help us a lot. Like, just seeing how many extra shards we got from that is so nice. I think I want to just get a Mini Manos just to see how it works. And you can see he's just flying around like a little Superman fist, just dealing damage. So if we can get 10 of those and they're just constantly flying, that's actually going to be huge. Like, that'll help us so much. But that's another level up. So yeah, it is definitely helping us. We're going to try and max out the pentagons. We will get a couple levels of hexagons and circles, and we may as well just increase the time by 2%. And there we go, another level up right at the death. And that's just going to increase our multiplier again. So let's max out the regen there. Let's get a level of gilding. Let's increase the homing efficiency a couple of times. I definitely think it would be nice though to get some more damage. I feel like that's probably fallen behind with the level up that we just got. But I don't mind right now. I feel like we're going to be making a decent amount of cash. And I mean, we've got the money, so let's buy a second one. Increase that and extend the range. And I definitely want to work on some attraction levels soon. That is causing me some grief having to go and pick up everything. Like I have to be so close to pick up a shard. And we just missed out on the Omega, but we made 28,000, which will go straight into one more mini. We will increase the hourglass time and add a couple of extra seconds too. I did say I needed more damage, and I definitely think that's true, but the mini Manoses really cover a lot of the lack of damage. So I think I need to get a couple levels of fingernail. That's a big increase to how much damage we're doing. And we're going to be really close to a level up, and we just got it right at the end. We are going to be at a 3 times multiplier now. So let's just max out the attraction. Let's get some stars, get some sparkles, get some blooms, get some girders, and get a cross. Because now with all these extra shapes, we should be looking at getting quite a bit more shapes destroyed in a run. We'll buy another level of the cross so we can unlock shape splicing. We'll get a free splice. Max out the regen there, get a level there. But let's max out the Omega. Let's get another level of the arrow. It's just the Omega can make us so much money when it's fully upgraded. I'm not sure if it means it's got more health though. That is what my worry is. So let's get a couple levels of the arrow to max that out. Let's get a level of the mini because that is always nice. Let's get a level of the gilding. We'll unlock gilding here. Let's also get a level of the rebirth and impact for the squares and triangles. And this run is easily another level up. Still had 10 seconds to spare. We have destroyed quite a few shapes and we are making quite a bit of money. I think we'll even be in the realm of 200,000 here. Very close, 190,000 pretty much. So let's try and max out the gilding there. We'll get a couple of levels of... Oh, we'll max out the gilding there. We'll unlock gilding for the final few shapes. Let's try and max out a few more of the shapes though. Because while it's good getting the upgrades for them, if I don't have enough of them on the screen, the upgrades are kind of useless. There we go, 211,000 shards for that run. Let's max out these circles. Let's max out this tri-seconds. Let's get another mini. Let's get some explosions on our projectiles. We'll add an additional projectile. So now we should be firing 7 projectiles. Okay, yeah, that is a crazy upgrade. I definitely need to work on getting more shapes now because I feel like we are more than keeping up with the amount of shapes on screen. And there we go, another level up with 15 seconds to spare. So I think I'll just max out the thumb so we have our maximum amount of projectiles. I might even just try and max out all the upgrades for the basic shapes. Oh my god, we were just short. We were like 3 away. The bar is basically full. I should probably try and spend a bit more on these shapes, so I think I will. And just having more shapes should hopefully tick us over the edge so that we can easily get that level up this round. There we go. We got our level up with just about 5 seconds to spare. And I feel like I definitely need some levels of fingerbone. We'll get that up to level 10. We will max out the shapes here so we can start working on the upgrades for them here. And it looks like we are going to be able to get another level up. There we go. And that's going to help us out again. Our multiplier is just going crazy. We're up to 3.5 basically now. But $440,000 from that run is not as much as I had hoped. But we are able to max out the rebirth and the raffle and burst. Okay, so that is good. Let's get 2 levels of the bonus as well. So it's an extra 5% chance for double drops. And hopefully we can max that out on our next run. Now let's max out the bonus. Let's try and work on maxing out the gems, which we did pretty easily, which was nice. A level of pointing and 2 levels of automation. I probably do need some more damage upgrades though, now that we've leveled up so many times. So I think that's what we'll try working on a bit next. All right, and that was a crazy run. 640,000 shards this time. We're just making so much money. I did say a couple levels of damage, so we'll get a couple levels there. Take it up to level 15. We'll get 3 more minis. And the extra levels to damage definitely seem to be helping because I destroyed the Omega like in a couple of shots. It was, yeah, really overpowered. And if we're lucky, this might be another level up. Yep, there it is. Oh my god. And 200,000 shards almost in a single run. We're up to almost 700,000, which is enough to max out the mini. We'll max out the automation. We'll max out the pointing. Let's actually do some shape splicing with the money we have left. There we go. So now we're up to 5 in our collection. You can see the combos are already going crazy. Yeah, these runs are just getting very, very easy. We can move on to trying to max all these out. It won't be enough, but it'll get us pretty close. Okay, decent cash flow that run, almost 900,000. We almost got up another level 2, so that's nice. But I think what we need is to just start moving towards here, treasure and the slots. I don't even really want to spin it yet. I kind of just wanted to unlock it. There we go. Much better run with luck with the shadow shapes. And we are going up another level. So we have unlocked the Penta. We need level 18, 2 million and 440 upgrades, which is going to be rough. We obviously need a bunch of shape splicing. So I'm just going to sit here and spend a bunch of our money on shape splicing. And from what I looked at the achievements, we never actually have to max out the collection for the shape splicing. So that will make things just a little bit easier. There we go. That's another level up, which is definitely going to be nice because we need to start pumping through those. It should be another decent amount of cash here. Yeah, 1.25 mil, which I think I'm just going to put all into treasure so that we make even more money per round. And we'll get an upgrade to stacking so I have even longer. And let's increase the fire range. There we go. 1.386 mil, which should be enough. Yep, that we can max out the treasure. How close are we in the upgrades? We're up to 390. And there we go, another level up. I actually didn't think we were going to get that one. But almost 1.5 mil is crazy money. So let's get the stacking so we have even longer per run. The Penta should... How many upgrades do we have? 39. We have 39 left. So we are going to have to get a couple of slots, which isn't a big deal. Definitely not the end of the world. But we might actually need to do a bit more splicing so that we can get these level ups in the future. But the extra time that I got from those upgrades should definitely help us just get a little bit further along. And who knows, it might be enough to get us another level. All right, it's going to be close, but I think we should be able to get another level up here. Yeah, we've got it. Okay, so the time made a big improvement there. But 1.8 mil. Let's increase the chance for splice stuff to work. Let's also increase the revival. Oh, and that's another achievement. Penta Upgrader. Purchase a total of 1,500 upgrades. And I'm hoping that with these splice shapes having an increased chance to proc, that we should absolutely fly through this level. And there you go. I think I was most definitely right. That is level 18. So now the only thing we really need to worry about is getting those upgrades. So let's get a couple levels of the battery. Let's max out our fingernail, couple levels of the finger bone, and a level of the revival. There we go, another good run with 3.2 million we made then. Let's max out the finger bone. Let's add some more stacking, add some more battery. We're up to 432 now on our upgrades. So honestly, it might be worth maybe just buying a couple of levels of revival, but then just hitting the slots for the rest of it. So we're now level 19, but we made 3.7 mil. So I think that's enough here. We have, what is that, like 18 spins to get 5 upgrades on the slots. Okay, well there we go. We got the last upgrade we needed, but now we just need a little bit more money. So let's head back for about 5 seconds. There we go, 155,000 shards. We can fix the Penta piece, shove those all back together. And that is our 4th Penta piece now. For another achievement, Tetra Repairman fixed the 4th Penta piece. We're getting very close, so that's another 20%. And a new game modifier, Splicer. So with this modifier, destroyed regular shapes respawn as spliced shapes, but the shop's inventory is now randomized. So we should, yep, there we go, get an easy level up on this one. Oh yeah, the shop is most definitely randomized, but getting treasure for that cheap right at the start is going to be nice because everything is splicing. So yeah, that's going to be huge. Oh, it's randomized every round. Okay, so let's get a few upgrades on our damage. That's interesting. That is definitely a twist, but now we can do so much more damage. These things are basically getting like 2-tapped. So hopefully this should make us a lot more money. We actually got another level up and we made 1,500 from that run. I guess let's start buying some crosses too, because they're pretty good shapes. I mean, they're late game shapes, so I'm hoping that the splice shapes that we get for them will drop quite a bit of good stuff. So let's head to the shop. What do we have now? We have squares, so I think I will get a bunch of levels on that, because the more shapes, the more chance for things to spawn, And $1,900, that's not bad. There we go, that's another level up, 3,000 shards earned. Let's buy a level of the sack, 3 levels of the TNT. Let's head over here. Oh, gilding from the squares is going to be huge, especially because most of the things we destroy are squares. So hopefully that should mean that we're getting a lot more money from it, and it does look like it. They're different shapes. I'll get a couple levels of pentagon. Ooh, what do I want here? I'll get a level of the gem, a level of tri, a level of the bioseconds. Nothing really too good in the shape upgrades anyway, so I'm not upset that we skipped out on that. But I will definitely unlock shape splicing. I think I'll unlock the snake. We'll get another level of that, and we'll get a level on the radius. We can get one shape for very cheap. Okay, and the snake, my hope is that this thing will just give us a bunch of cash. And I feel like it most definitely did that. And that's another level up, which will take us to like a 2.5 times multiplier. So what do I want to buy? We'll get 2 levels of the arrow, few levels of damage, will take us up to level 10. We'll get a couple more levels of explosion. We'll actually max out the explosion. I think maxing out something like that that's just going to deal extra damage for us is going to be nice. I definitely need more of those upgrades to my magnet, whatever it's called. I forgot already. There are so many shards spread across the place that we're just not picking up. I'm going to max out the arrow, and I'm going to try and max out the snake because they're just crazy good money makers. And now that they're maxed out, they'll be overpowered as hell. So we should actually make so much cash. The only issue is picking it back up. That's going to be rough because our magnet power is so weak. Yeah, there we go. We made 33,000 that run. Let's get a couple of girders. Let's get another one of the blooms. Let's max out our time that we have. That would be nice. Get a couple upgrades to our attack radius. Yeah. So our attack radius should be pretty huge now, and it is. Way bigger than it should be at this stage of the game. And there we go. That was a quick level up. Now it's just trying to pick up all these shards is not easy. Let's upgrade our tri-seconds. Let's upgrade our gems. So we're getting things that are more late game, which is good. It'll help us make a bit more money. But I do need some of the basic upgrades because I'm still falling behind on that. Okay, but that's another level up, which means even more on our multiplier, which is going to be huge because we're making so much money from a run like this. We could get the battery that automatically generates shards because that is like the last upgrade you normally get. Let's try and max out like our base shapes, like our triangle, so we can feel a bit better spending money on shape upgrades. But there's another level up. I really didn't think we were doing that well this run, but apparently we are. And this should also be another big money maker. We should probably be over 100,000, I think, from this one. Oh my god, yeah, 300,000. So with that, I think we need to focus a few things that are going to get us money. So let's try and max out the bonus here. We've got one level of those each. Let's max out the lightning. So let's get a few stars, a few sparkles. Can we max out both of them? We can. Can we get a few levels on the sack? We can. And we can get a few levels of stacking too. It really does just come down to this upgrade for the magnet because there are so many shards everywhere and I just can't pick any of them up. But that is an easy level up. We still have so much time left on this run. But we made 420,000. If I head to the shapes, we can max out the regen. We can get we can max out the girder there too. Let's max out the omega. Let's try and max out the pentagon. Max out the bloom. Can we max out the cross? We can. Okay, so we maxed out a lot of things that run. So there's already so much more happening on the screen. If I can just get this bloody magnet upgrade and another level up, we still have 30 seconds left to go. And there we go, 600,000 shards that time. Gonna have to max out the damage. We're going to increase the time, increase the hexagon, increase the treasure, and increase the girder. I should probably look at working on some shape upgrades soon, especially if we don't get any luck getting the magnet upgrades. There we go, another level up like it's nothing. Finally, the attraction can be maxed out and the radius can be maxed out. And you know what? Let's max out the gem. Let's head to the shapes. Nothing here, so let's just get the girder so we make more money. Oh my god, this is already so much better. Just maxing out the attraction, I feel like I'm not going to miss any shards. Look at that. Oh my god, that is some big money. There we go, another easy level up for the achievement. Penta Promoter, level up 80 times. There we go, already at $1 million for a run. Let's max out the circles because that's been annoying me. Let's max out the hourglass. Can we just max out everything in the base shop? Oh, we can. So now the shapes are the expensive ones, which is kind of crazy to think about. But it's nice to see all the general upgrades being completed. But either way, money should not be an issue for us in the slightest. And I don't think levels will be either. Now on this one, let's max out the respawn. Let's increase the impact, the raffle, and the rebirth. Let's splice a few shapes, because we have the money for it. There we go. That's 10 in our collection. So let's also do some gambling. There we go. That's an additional square. Don't know if that's actually useful for us, because everything sort of just turns into these splice shapes really quickly. And this is way better than the last few runs. Those upgrades have made a significant difference. So yeah, after $2.5 million earned in that run, I feel like there's not much to say except keep doing runs until I can buy all the upgrades, splice shapes, and do slots with the remaining money. There we go. That's another achievement. Penta Annihilator, destroy a total of 250,000 shapes. But yeah, that was still the first run, so we still have a lot more runs to go. But we can finally max out all the shape upgrades. So we just need 3 million, easy. We need level 19, that should be easy because we're still getting levels every time we play. And the upgrades, which just means we have to get a bunch more slots. So that is what I'm going to be spending all my money on. Oh, and there we go, that's another achievement. Penta Gambler, win a total of 50 times in slots. So now we just need Penta Repairman and Midden. Okay, I don't know what happened there, but we got like 5 upgrades to our explosion and another upgrade to our lightning. So I'm kind of keen to see how crazy these things are gonna go. Yeah. Dude, what is going on? These slot machine upgrades are the most overpowered thing in the game. Alright, and there's our final level up. I am not worried about money either. It literally just comes down to whether we can get enough wins in the slot machine now. Ooh, we still need 13 upgrades, so I'm just going to keep spinning and hopefully we can get a bunch of wins. Alright, and we are now 1 upgrade away from finishing this Penta. So just give us the win. We've gotten it. We do need a little bit more money though, so let's just quickly jump back in and see what those upgrades did for us. Yeah, they did whatever the hell this is. Absolutely mental. I cannot understand what is happening. But either way, I think that's enough. Let's go to the Penta and let's fix our final Penta piece. Shove all those back together. Place it into the Pentagon. And that is our Penta piece fixed for our second last achievement, Penta Repairman. Fix the 5th Penta piece. Now, there is one thing we need, and that is our middens. Please give them to me now. Oh my god, there's an eye. Final challenge, destroy shapes to boost Max Manos' power, defeat the Penta shape, and claim what's rightfully yours. It doesn't seem like we have a time limit here, so is it just a matter of destroy shapes? There we go, we got a fist. Can we do damage to him now? I'm so confused. We picked up a fist, but is that just like a damage upgrade? I'm very confused. I'm very, very confused. But I'm just going to keep destroying shapes and hopefully I'll figure it out soon. Okay, well that's 50. Are we dealing any damage? No, but we are destroying shapes much quicker. So I'm thinking we're getting damage upgrades and it looks like size upgrades too every time we pick up one of these. Oh yeah, we are doing some major damage. But I still am very confused as to what's going on. Maybe I just... Oh, I can finally see it now. The bar on the left is moving up, not down. I sort of thought the blue was his health, but no, that's not the case. We need to slowly eviscerate his health, raising the bar up, basically gaining a level, and then we kill him. How big can we make this circle? Like, can we make it bigger than the screen? We're almost taking up the full width of the screen as well as the height. Okay, I think we can comfortably sit here now and take him out. There is literally nothing left. We are dealing damage to every section. And there we go. Oh my god. It's our midden. It's not even middens. We only have one hand. Oh, this is a beautiful moment. There we go. The perfect fit midden. Get your midden back. 100%. All the achievements of Max Manos. And I guess this is the original game. Cool. But that was Max Manos. If you have any other suggestions, let me know. And I hope you enjoyed.